All right. Injury report. Luka questionable. We'll see how he does with his warm up. Maxi's questionable. We'll see how he does with his warm up. Lively and Omax are out.
If Maxi is available to go, just what do you expect from him, and would he be on any type of minutes restriction?
Yeah. If he's able to go, we're gonna not play him 30 or 35 minutes. We'll try to ease him into this and give him a 3-4 minute run and see how that goes, and then talk to him as that goes. But if he is able, it's good to be able to have another body, to be able to not just say he's going to replace D-Lie, but we need another big. But this also gives DP the opportunity again to play. He'll play tonight with D-Live out, but we'll take it minute by minute with Maxi just to see how he's going to do.
How would you say D-Live is doing 48 hours out?
He's
48
doing-
hours to recover.
He's doing better. Doing a lot better. Feels better. Sore, but he's doing better.
We asked you quite a bit about Kyrie yesterday. I was just wondering what you might remember from those first conversations with him after the trade, with that drama in Brooklyn still kind of fresh on his mind. What kind of message did you have for him? Did you think much about what you wanted to tell him once that trade went down?
Yeah, we were excited, to have him. I think he was flying from Dallas to LA to meet us, and we had that first practice at USC, and we were excited. Again, his skill set and the person that we know, we were excited to be able to have him on our side. And so telling him we needed him to be him. And I thought practice was incredible. And then I think, if I recall correctly, we ended up, winning the next two games against the Clippers and Sacramento. And so he was playing at a high level, and I think that was without Luka, if I'm correct. And so it was fun. You could see the smile, you could see the relief, or you could see that he was ready to have fun and play the game that he loves.
Coach, defense has been a big story for you guys throughout the playoffs. When it comes to Karl Anthony Towns, you guys have been able to contain him this series. What have you seen from the defense that's led to his struggles, just shooting the ball overall?
Yeah, we're competing. We're trying to make it as hard on everybody, not just Towns, but on Ant, Conley. But it's not easy. They're getting good looks. They've missed some. And so for us, it's continue to be consistent. We try to keep them off the free throw line and understand contest as many shots as we can. And we understand tonight, and Towns are gonna, they're gonna put a lot of pressure on our defense, which has been there since game one. So there's nothing new or different there. We just gotta make it as hard as possible and understand that they're gonna continue to keep coming and try to find a way to extend this series.
Jason, you often talk about the journey and the steps along the journey, and obviously this journey is unfinished. I wondered if there's one thing more than anything else that's characterized the journey up to this point for you guys.
That's a good question. Yeah, I think when you talk about this journey, I think just the poise or the peace, the energy. I think there's not just one thing. I think it's the trust that everyone has, from top to bottom. And we talk about the organization down to the security guard. Everyone trusts each other. Everyone says hello. Everybody's in a positive mood, and it becomes contagious if you're down, if you've lost. I think I think one of the points in the season, everyone thought the world was coming to an end, but we kept coming to work. We were positive, and things kind of turned around for the better. But I think that's just who we are. It's just about trust, about working, and having fun, at the same time.
Jason, you've gone to the finals multiple times in multiple places. What are your emotions like, not that you're coaching as opposed to playing when you're this close to getting there?
Yeah, I think being able to draw from being a player, being in the Western Conference Finals a long, long time ago as a player, but 4 years ago being in the Western Conference Finals in the bubble, and just understanding as a coach what watching Frank and how he handled the situation, being able to draw from that and the experience of continue to be consistent with the messaging and your actions and find a way to win a series. And that's what we've been doing, since the playoffs have started with the Clippers and then Oklahoma City and now here with Minnesota. So just understanding it's not easy. It's one of the hardest things. I think Kai brought that up. It's one of the hardest things to do, but just being consistent with the messaging and understanding what that group and who that group is in that locker room and what they feed on and what they need at that time.
Jason, how does this team compare to the 2011 team?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about that, but I'm going to say the 11 team is better for sure because I was on it. But and Derek's my neighbor, so I don't want to piss him off. So, can I answer that question at a later date? I can give you a generic answer, but that team was old in 11. This is a young team. It's a young team, talented team. This team probably has a little bit more talent, youth. But when you look at the old guys on that 11 team, they knew what they had to do, and I think they both mirror the word team and sacrifice. That team in 11 sacrificed. You had a lot of guys do their enjoy. Maybe felt like their role could be different, but enjoyed their role. We had injuries with that team, and it was the next man up mentality, very similar to this team here.
Jason, how even more important became it to win tonight's game, seeing that the Boston Celtics closed yesterday the series to kind of get the same amount of rest?
Yeah, we can't. I mean, last night Boston makes it to the finals, but that's nothing that we can do there. We have to finish our series, but we have to focus on our series, and that's understanding Minnesota is going to do everything to try to win and send it back to Minnesota. So right now we're just focused. It's not about rest. It's about emptying the tank tonight and doing everything to put ourselves in a position to win, and that's all we're focused on tonight.
Jason, what was the last thing that needed to fall into place in order for Luka and Kyrie to really thrive together?
Yeah, that's a question for them. I think from the outside, I think it's just time. I think that was the final piece, is being able to have time. Understanding last season was a short, season in a sense of the trade. But I think time, understanding each other, being in different situations, and I've said this probably before, it's all right to fail. I think when you saw us fail as a group, we all went back to the drawing board to figure out how to be better. We talked about playing faster. We talked about playing defense, and those things happen. And so I think being able to play faster, but I think time is something that sometimes is overlooked, and I think that's what they needed.
I'm curious, have Dereck or any of the other guys from the 11 team been communicating with you, or they have decided not to bug you in this time?
No, I was with Dereck yesterday. Spent some time over at his house. Saw Jet here the other night. Good to see him always. And then Sean Marion's text every day. He's the best. Tricks is not short on words, so he is he's been great. But yeah, that those guys have reached out, and they're saying, cheering from afar, and like the team and like what's happening, and want, hopefully we can, finish it by winning a championship. But we can't get there yet. We got to figure out how to end this series first. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thanks.